So when you're going for a choke, the first step to getting a proper choke is to break that, to use head control to break their form so that they're in the weakest possible condition state to start in when I choke. So when I pull head pressures, a lot of times in Systema, when we break form, there's a huge difference between trying to get the part that's being pulled out of form back. A big difference between trying to get back to form, starting with the part that's being pulled, or bringing form to it. So if I'm just bent from the head, there's nothing obstructing me, it's not too hard. I can step forward and get my hips under, and as soon as I'm under, I can just straighten up and get my form back, as opposed to when he breaks, of just staying here and trying to pull it back. That's where I start to tear and start to injure myself, and that's what they want. That's going to give them easier access to a choke, so I have to step and come in. Sometimes though, like in a clinch, if I pull, I can have my elbow there, or I could be stopping the body. That's it. So if I'm stopped in any way, I can't just magically walk in and get my form back. So to get my straight line back, sometimes I have to step back. So now I have a straight line between my head, shoulders, hips, and foot, and then I have to come back with that. So that's what we're going to do for the next drill. Partner is just going to pull the other partners out of form from their head, and just see how you can get your form back with as little resistance as possible. So it bends, so right away, I get my straight line back and I come back. So I'm never fighting it here. I'm never starting to resist here. Just like before, I respond to the head pressure and I just make sure I can stay in a straight line. If I can stay in the straight line the whole time, I do it. But then if he gets a bend, then I have to fix it and come out. Lead with the pressure. So I come back to my form, but I'm going to add just pushing with the fist. So to do that, I have to be in the habit of, as soon as my form breaks, however, when I come back to my form and come back, I have to be in the habit of turning back toward them. Because a lot of times we get lost in the motion of being really loose and stuff, and we start doing work like this, and it's nice, it's cool, it's good for the drill. Although if he was chasing me for a choke, and I started doing that kind of work, I'd just be giving him my back. Or if he was hitting, he'd just be wailing on me because I wouldn't be really paying attention. So I have to be in the habit, and when this comes up, my hands naturally just come up, not in some kind of stance, because it's just going to make me more tense, which is better for him, for chokes. So I keep it loose, I come back to form, and I just see where I can push. And then I come to him, whoop, straighten up, that's it. Push with whatever you like to, just grab. So I can push with knees, as long as I'm getting my form back first, that's very important. Cool. Push with feet too if you like, come back here, push them away. But I had my form back, I was in a straight line. You'll notice right away, it's a good way to correct yourself. If you're out of line and you try to push, you might get a little bit, but you're going to have much less extension, and you're not in a good position to generate any kind of weight behind it. So I have to come back first. Room to come back, shoulder to take that away. Even if he hangs on, at the very least, there's less pressure, or I could just punch the elbow out. Sorry, I'm just smacking this guy. And then I come back to form. Only thing I'm going to add now is when I take his head control, through grabbing the head, through the head control, I'm going to see if I can affect his balance. And if I break his form, then I look for the closest 45 to the form. Anyway, that's it. I see how I can come back with hits. And as soon as I have the head, I bring it to the ground, 45, and then I grab it. That's it. So now my form's broken and I'm being choked. So I don't know, sorry, what's that? It's hard to talk. So at the same time that I'm working to get my form back, I got to bring my hips back under my shoulders. But at the same time, since my hands are free and they have the day off anyway, I start to defend here at the same time. Does that make sense? If I can get my chin in, I'm safe for now. But if he keeps squeezing, he can either cause damage to my face, my jaw, or he can just slip right back into the choke. So I try to keep at least one hand here to hold it, and then bring back my form. Does that make sense? And you'll see right away, as you come back to your form, one shoulder will be able to drop more than the other. And you'll see also right away that there's a bad side to go to, where he's still cranking my neck, and a better side to go to, where I'm turning to face him. Because like we said before, we get our form back and we turn to face him. The only step I've added here is that I had to address the choke. So as I turn to face him, I see where I can hit. We won't do takedowns for now. We're going to add them in a second. I got to be mindful of the takedown as well. So I address it here. I come in here. So I got my form back. Hit where you want to hit. When I take the head, like I said before, I got to find a way to stop the body